ESPN, the Total Sports Network, and the United States Golf Association invite you to join first-round coverage of the 1991 United States Open Golf Championship as we welcome you to the Hazeltine National Golf Club in Chaska, Minnesota, just outside Minneapolis and St. Paul. We've got a rather breezy morning as the crowds of 40,000 expected today have started to file in and to fill up the bleachers, which encompass this 9th and 18th hole. You're looking at the 18th hole there right now. Of course, none of the players have reached there yet, but a few people here early to catch those prime seats as the players will be out on the course until some 8 o'clock tonight Central Time. This is the 16th hole. You look back across the water to the tee, usually a 3-wood, a 1-iron off the tee, and then the second shot into an elevated green, which is surrounded by water on 3 sides and not much room to bail out on the left. That is felt by many to be the pivotal hole on this golf course, especially coming down the stretch. As we take a look at the leaderboard right now, as Corey Pavin, Jim Hallett, John Houston, and Steve Gacci are all at 2 under par, with Craig Perry, the Australian, and David Frost and Billy Mayfair at 1 under. And also on the leaderboard, Fred Funk, Brian Tennyson, and Dan Halderson, the Canadian, at 1 under par. And then Jose Maria Olazabal, Lanny Watkins, Steve Elkington, and Hal Sutton, who's been on a pretty good stretch of golf here recently, at even par.
Birdie of the day.
First birdie at the 8th hole. Andrade is 4 under par, and folks, he has birdied 6 and 7 and 8. He has made 5 birdies and a bogey so far on the front side. And David, he told me he started putting at Memorial when he felt this streak of putting coming on, and he carried it through at Kemper, and he carried it through at the Buick Classic last week. That's a pretty good-looking stroke right there. He's at 4 under, a shot ahead of John Inman, who made a hole-in-one today at the par 3, the 4th hole.
And this break. The wind is kicking up. The course is getting fast again. It's hard. It's really hard when it's fast, but this morning they got a slight break. Billy with a pitching wedge.
Not an easy stroke. You have to be very precise. If you just take a spoonful too much sand, you end up short, too thin, and over the back you go.
The ball will really spin, though.
Watch out. Over the back you go.
And that's a tough shot from back there, Peter. Sorry to break in there.
No, not at all. I think he's got sand in his eyes. Is he a contact lens man, do we know? Or not? He's just got an eye full of sand.
No, I don't think he's a contact lens man. It looks like that ball may be up against the grandstands, Ross. He'll tell us whether he's going to get a drop or not, I'm sure.
Well, this is how rounds of golf can sort of come and go, ebb and flow. Andrade's had umpteen birdies already today and dropped a few strokes as well along the way. But it looks as if he's found some trouble here. You've got a view there of the green with the flag really moving. The wind very brisk, and although we had rain overnight, if this wind continues, the greens and the whole course will dry out very quickly, Frank. It is, isn't it?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, Andrade in trouble.
He is really in trouble, Peter. This ball is in the roots, just tangled around the roots. I'll be very surprised if he takes a swing at it. This ball could go anywhere.
Looks like it could be unplayable, Rossi, huh?
Well, it sure does. He's going like he's going to play it, but I'll tell you, this ball could jump up and hit him. It could do anything.
There you see the fellow with the umbrella is the USGA walking official that he mentioned, I mentioned, and Billy is discussing with him his options should he declare the ball unplayable.
Well, that doesn't look to be any way of making contact with that ball the way it is there. I mean, I think he's decided so as well.
Yes.
Really try and slide that club right underneath the ball and pop it up in the air. But as Bob Rosberg was saying, a very difficult shot. And you've got to have a bit of good fortune as well to put it even anywhere near the hole.
That's in the short rough. I mean, that was not too good a shot right there.
It just disappeared. It really has settled down.
It's way down in the rough, and now he has a very ticklish little shot.
Now, all of a sudden, he's brought the score of 8 into play, isn't he, Rossi?
He sure has. Because he's got a shot of only about 20 feet now, maybe 25. And out of this thick rough, it's hard to take a short enough swing and get the ball out of the rough. You're a little better if you'd be farther from the hole.
5 strokes already and still faced with a very difficult middle pitch. Is Andrade's 6th shot. That could be super. Well, you wouldn't have thought you could stop it short of the hole, but he did. There you get a fine high view from our blimp sailing up above the clouds. Andrade in trouble. But well, we were talking about Billy Andrade. We left with him in trouble. Here he was. He'd been through the green, unplayable. This was a putt that he had for a 7, and it hit right in the back of the hole and spun out.
That's called a snowman, Peter.
A snowman?
8.
An 8. Well, 8 it was. 3 shots dropped to par.